go down to Georgia to be at the services, and my dad was asked to give the eulogy. And as there were only a few family members there, because Dick had built his life down in Georgia, it was many of his friends that attended. So my dad came and gave the eulogy, and after the eulogy, and when we were at the reception, people came up to me and said, "Wow, he's good. When I die, I want him to give my eulogy." So a few years after, Dick's wife Deb passed away, and my cousin Denise had called my dad and said, "Hey, in planning the services, calling Deb's friends, they were all asking, is Bob coming? He was so good. We want to hear him give the eulogy." But unfortunately, he couldn't make it. So I just wanted to share that story. But I also want to just say a few things about my dad. I know we were talking about sharing stories today, but I just want to talk to you a little bit about my father. And, we used the word gratitude today. That's one of the things that my dad gave me. We all got a kind of our sense of humor from him, and also our little mischievous ways, right? And I can share another story about that, with my dad and his pranks. My stepson had received one of those joke gifts when he was about 6 or 7 years old. It was how to play practical jokes, fly in the ice cube, buzzer in the hand, whoopee cushion. So my dad was so gracious in falling for every single one of those pranks. But afterwards, he said, "Hey, Connor, if you really want to know how to put a whoopee cushion down, come over here and I'll show you how to do it." So trying to pass that on to the next generation. But in gratitude, for us as growing up as kids, we had a lot of opportunity to, travel and do things. But, my dad always made a point for us to, I'll share, we went to West Virginia and stayed at Pipestem. My dad took us down to the coal mines and then made us go see how people lived in tar paper shacks. When we were at the Fountain Blue in Miami, it was the time of the Cuban refugees. My dad made sure we got in the car and we went down and we saw how refugees were being treated. He did that for us, not just to be grateful for what we had, but also to teach us empathy and service. And so, to be able to understand somebody else's issues and be able to give back and be charitable. So for that, I will always be thankful for my dad. And also in speaking with gratitude, in passing, I was very fortunate, my brothers and I, to be with my dad when he passed. And which during the time of COVID was just crazy, but it was actually, they broke the rules for my dad because he was such a great guy to let us stay. But one of the things that he did want me to make sure is that everybody knew that how grateful he was for the life that he had and the friendships that he had. So try not to get emotional, but just thank you all. We all meant so much to him. And I know he would want me to tell you that. So thanks for being here today. And I'm going to turn it over to my dad.